Hello and welcome to Clear Concept CSE. Today, we begin the second chapter of ancient India, the Harappan civilization. So let us start. The Harappan civilization was the first urban civilization in South Asia, along with Mesopotamia and Egypt. In तीनों में से Harappan civilization occupied the most area, about 800,000 square kilometer. पहले के हिस्टोरियंस इसको इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन कहते थे, लेकिन जब से घाघर हाकरा बेल्ट के आगे इंडस रीजन के भी आगे मेजर सेटलमेंट्स मिली हैं, उसके बाद से इसको हड़प्पन सिविलाइजेशन कहा जाता है। वैसे तो इसको चालकोलिथिक सिविलाइजेशन से भी पुराना बताया जाता है, बट इन मेनी वेज इट वाज फार मोर डेवलप्ड देन सेटलमेंट्स ऑफ द चालकोलिथिक एज। The Harappan civilization can be classified into three phases: the early, mature, and the late Harappan phase. Please make sure कि आप timelines लिखें because these are very important. Now let's talk about the early Harappan phase. This was the proto-urban phase of the Harappan civilization. It is related to the Hakra phase of settlements, and the settlements in this period are marked by their fortification. A fairly high level of expertise in specialized crafts जैसे कि stone working, bead making, metal crafting इस टाइम में थे. Wheeled transport और trade networks भी इस टाइम में exist करते थे. They had no large cities and no craft specializations in this period. Some of the early Harappan archaeological sites इसमें मेंशन्ड है, आप हर एक साइट को नोट करिएगा क्योंकि इसमें कोई ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट या कम इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, सो प्लीज नोट ऑल ऑफ देम. The mature Harappan phase was the urban phase of the Harappan civilization. It is important to note that the term Harappan culture primarily refers to its mature Harappan phase. उसके अलावा बाकी साइट्स में भी हड़प्पन मटेरियल ट्रेड्स जैसे कि रेड एंड ब्लैक पॉटरी, टेराकोटा फिगर्स एंड ब्रिक साइज ऑफ 1:2:4 रेशियो ये मिलता है. The post urban phase is defined by a decline in the cities. This is the final period in the Harappan civilization and refers to the fragmentation of the culture of the integration era. The late Harappan phase comprises of five geographical zones, each having distinct phases: the West Punjab phase, the East Punjab phase, the Jhukar phase, the Rangpur phase, and the Ganga Yamuna Doab phase. इंपॉर्टेंट साइट्स में झुकार और चानुदारो और आमरी आता है. इसके अलावा बाकी साइट्स भी आप नोट करिए. The area occupied by the Harappan civilization was triangular in shape and was the largest among all the ancient civilizations. It roughly covers modern day Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, and Pakistan. The sites at the end of all directions were Sutka Gendor in the west in modern day Pakistan, Alamgirpur in modern day Uttar Pradesh in India, Manda in the north in Jammu Kashmir, and Daimabad in Maharashtra. Coming to town planning, Harappan civilization is known for its urban outlook and sophisticated sense of civic planning and organization. In most cases, the Harappan city was divided into these two parts. The first one was the citadel. This part occupied a smaller area and was frequently situated to the west of the city. Rulers of the city lived here. It also contained public buildings, granaries, and important workshops. Then comes the lower part. The common citizens lived here and carried on their professional lives in this part of the city. The city planning roughly followed a grid pattern, and the streets ran from north and cut at the right angles. इसके काफ़ी सारे एस्पेक्ट्स भी हैं. वाइड स्ट्रीट्स थे. मेन स्ट्रीट में 10 meters वाइड थी और डिवाइडिंग द टाउन इनटू रेक्टेंगुलर एंड स्क्वायर ब्लॉक्स. There were lamp posts at the intervals. They used burnt bricks of good quality, and the unique feature of this brick was its identical ratio of 1:2:4 in the terms of thickness, width, and length across all the Harappan structures. Equally striking was the uniformity in the average size of the bricks, 7 into 14 into 28 centimeter cube for houses and then for city walls as well. They had excellent drainage system. Drains were made of mortar, lime, and gypsum and covered with large brick slabs for easy cleaning. This has been asked in the UPSC and many other state PCS examinations. Houses were often of two or more stories, though varied in size but quite spacious. Interestingly, there were no windows facing the streets and there were tiled bathrooms as well, and they also had their own wells in the houses. The Harappan society was an urban society comprising mostly of the middle classes. The houses excavated suggest at least three distinct social groups: the rulers, the rich merchant, and the poor laborers, who lived in the lower part of the city. However, there is still no clear idea among historians about the nature of inheritance in the Harappan society. Some of the features are like this. The Harappans were great experts in the use of potter's wheel, but were poor in artistic works of stone. Red black pottery ज़्यादा popular थी. Some of these pots were used for storing grain or water, while some pots were used for brewing alcoholic beverages. A lot of terracotta has been found at many sites, including figures of animals such as bulls, buffaloes, donkeys, monkeys, and humans. Terracotta bangles have also been found. It is important to note that more female figurines have been uncovered in comparison to male figurines. The Harappans refined the art of bead making and jewelry, excavated gold and silver jewelries, including necklaces, bracelets, pendants, earrings. Copper, bronze, silver, and gold were the metals known and used by the Harappans. They were also good at metallurgy and producing alloys. The craftsmen used both to make artifacts out of pure copper as well as pure bronze, such as spears, knives, swords, and mirrors. It is rather interesting that the number of pure copper artifacts was far greater than the alloyed bronze ones. Harappan people generally wore garments of cotton or wool. The Harappans relished the non vegetarian food. Fish eating was common, milk and curd was also consumed. The Harappan societies of Sindh and Punjab largely consumed wheat and barley, while those of Rangpur and Surkotra consumed rice and millets. The Harappan script was pictographic and logosyllabic. The Harappan writing was boustrophodon, that is to say, right to the left and left to right in alternate lines. The Harappan script has not been deciphered so far. Let's talk about the economy. The inferences about the Harappan economy have been derived from its flourishing trade relations with the contemporary Mesopotamian and Persian civilizations. The Mesopotamians called the Indus region Meluha. The Mesopotamian texts speak of three intermediate trading stations called Dilmun, Makan, and Meluha. Seals hold a special significance in the Harappan context. Every merchant probably had a seal bearing an emblem, often of a religious character, and a name or description on one side. The standard Harappa seal wasn't a square, it was made of statite stone. The key aspects of the Harappan trade networks and the economy are like this. They carried out the internal and external trade. There was no metallic money involved in circulation, and the trade was conducted by the means of barter system. The inland transport primarily employed bullock carts. The Harappan seals have been found in Mesopotamian sites like Susa and Ur. In Nippur, a seal has been found bearing Harappan script and a unicorn. Recently, some ancient sites in Persian Gulf like Failaka and Bahrain have also yielded Harappan seals. In Mohenjo-daro, three-cylinder seals of Mesopotamian type have been found, which underlines their trading relations. In Lothal, a button seal has been found. There were bead-making factories in Chanudaro and Lothal. The products of these factories were items of export. A dockyard has been excavated at Lothal, and seaports have been found at many places. As we talk about agriculture, the Harappan civilization was the earliest known civilization to produce cotton, also known as Sindhan by the Greeks as from Sindh. They produced sufficient food grains to feed themselves, and the surplus food grains were stored in the granaries. The Harappans grew wheat, barley, horse gram, peas, melon, watermelon, sesame, dates, millets, and many more. Horse wasn't regular, but the Harappans were well acquainted with the elephant and the rhinoceros. It is pertinent to note that the Harappan culture was not horse centered. Tigers were often represented in figurines, but leopards were rare. On a different pottery painting, one can easily find rabbits, peacocks, ducks, pigeons, etc. The fields were ploughed with the help of the wooden ploughs. Have been discovered at Kalibangan. Terracotta models of plough have been found at Banawali and Bahawalpur. The remains of horses at Surkotra and dogs with men in graves at Ropar have been discovered. The decline of the Harappan civilization is roughly dated around 1900 BCE, but there is no archaeological evidence that accurately provides an explanation for the de-urbanization. However, there are many more theories, like Aryan invasion as proposed by Wheeler and Gordon. Similarly, ecological disturbance, change in the river course, low rainfall, floods, drying of the Ghagar and increasing aridity, earthquakes and natural calamities. Please make sure to note all of this down along with the names and all the theories proposed by every single one of them, because these are all very important and directly पूछे गए एग्जाम में, प्रीलिम्स हो चाहे मेंस हो, एक्सप्लेनेशन के तौर पे पूछ सकते हैं मेंस में, और प्रीलिम्स में ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप में पूछ सकते हैं, मैच द फॉलोइंग में पूछ सकते हैं। सो प्लीज़ मेक श्योर टू नोट इट डाउन। अब आते हैं फेमस हड़प्पन साइट्स पर। सबसे पहला आता है हड़प्पा इन मॉडर्न डे पाकिस्तान इन पंजाब। रिवर रावी एक्सकेवेटर्स दयाराम साहनी। बाकी इसकी जो स्पेशलिटीज़ है वो सारी नोट करते चलिए। सिमिलरली नेक्स्ट आते हैं मोहनजोदारो पर। इट्स कॉल्ड द माउंट ऑफ द डेड। इट्स ऑल्सो इन मॉडर्न डे पाकिस्तान। इसकी रिवर है इंडस। इसकी पहली एक्सकेवेशन करी थी RD बैनर्जी ने इन 1922। देन मकाई काशीनाथ दीक्षित एंड सर जॉन मार्शल ने भी करी थी। इसकी स्पेशलिटीज भी नोट करिए। नेक्स्ट इज लोथल गुजरात इन द अहमदाबाद डिस्ट्रिक्ट एट द हेड ऑफ द गल्फ ऑफ कैम्बे। द रिवर इन्वॉल्व्ड इज भोगावा एंड साबरमती रिवर, द कॉन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ दीज टू। Excavator was SR Rao in 1957. Do note the specialties, which includes the dockyard, an important sea trade center, and bead making factory, and many more. Next is Kali Bangal, Black Bengals, Rajasthan, Ganganagar. The river is Ghagar. The excavator, Amlanand Ghosh in 1953, Dr. B.B. Lal and B.K. Thapar in 1961. Do note the specialties, which includes the plowed field fire altars showing the practice of cult of sacrifice, and many more. After this comes Chanudaro in Pakistan near Mohenjo-daro at the bank of river Indus, excavated by N.G. Majumdar and E. Mackay. After that comes Rangpur in Gujarat near the Madar river, excavated by M.S. Vatsa and S.R. Rao. After that Banawali in Haryana near the river Rangoi, excavated by R.S. Bisht in 1973-74. After this is the Alamgir in Meerut in Uttar Pradesh near the Hindon River, excavated by Y.D. Sharma in 1958. After this, it is Koti Diji in Sindh, Pakistan, by the river Sindh, excavated by Ghuri and Fazal Ahmad. After this is Amri Sindh in Pakistan, nearby Sindh, excavated by Ghuri and Fazal Ahmad as well. Ropar is in Punjab, near the river Satluj, excavated by Y.D. Sharma in 1955. Surkothra in Gujarat in Bhuj, nearby river Savarmati, excavated by J.P. Joshi in 1964. After that, Sutka Gendor in Sindh, Pakistan, Balochistan. The river is Dust or Dashak River, excavated by Stein and George Dales. Dholavira, Gujarat was excavated by J.P. Joshi in 1990 and 91. The features, you can note them all down. Next up is Rakhigadi, near Hisar, Bhirrana, Fatehgarh, Haryana. Rakhigadi is also hailed as the largest Indus Valley civilization site and town in the world. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Do like and subscribe.